team go losing, then they choose another. And that's okay, cause I'm competing with me, not you. I live with blessings like I can't stop sneezing, not you. I hate to break it, but me and myself top two. I blow away the competition like a bowl of hot soup. And there's no catch, I go and get the bag and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 4-4-4 in the car, my dash. I shake a big, told them all, you went first, you last. Little boy, that's facts, I'ma throw that cash to my money. You know what? Let me stop.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs. Way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did the lady go miss? Her she was magic, she mixed it. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait. Need a light year just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
We did a lot for the wins. Came in and drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. I had to tighten the plan. Yeah, I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. I don't want it if it ain't love. If it ain't, get it away from me. Who you gon' jack if it ain't us? LABB to the bakery. Some mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pray for me. It was just us in the vacancy. We had to get it from A to B. Wheels never felt like this. 2 seats in the hills, how I feel righteous. Blue sheets for the mills, but the deal priceless. New keys can't kill what's built private. I might just double it up. Did it? Never enough, I'm with it. 5, 2, 3 on the business. Whole team got wins and the wheels still spinning. I told them what I told them. We did a lot for the wins. Came in and drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. Hey, I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top. Got a spot and it's locked to the click all in. I got ops, if he drop, I just hit my dance. I was pop, they just watched, had to take my wins. They wouldn't let me in. I've been on 10 cents. Who really holding it down? I've been holding it down and I go it again and again. Who was the dummy that died? I'm the coldest around, but he folding again and again. I'm in the what? I'm in the day. I'm doing 30 on 30 and up. You in the what? You in the way. Either you rolling or rolling the dust. You with it, so what? Keep it running. We did a lot for the wins. Came in and drop on the 10.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to start them out when you do that.
No gain on the play.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
On the play.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Flush to his right. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 25 yards that time. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Alvin Kamara, the ball.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Allen Robinson there to make the grab. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
Chris Boswell.
Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted.
The kick is
was
good.
Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. A short throw caught by Andrews. Not much there, only a yard.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Flushed out right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll buy some time right. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
7 at the 30-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here we go.
Rodgers now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And a Steeler first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And in inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
You're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Alvin Kamara.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The last run good. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 30 on second down, Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. But now it's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
An 8-yard pickup.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Kamara. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
The tackle by Justin.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Complete to
a gain of 37.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Chase Claypool, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. On the ground, this is Kamara. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
That's caught at the 3. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
To number 41.
Alvin Kamara. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
The kick is good.
And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Steelers 7, Ravens 0. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. His throw incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They go play action now. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 47 yards.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
TJ Watt.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
from the gun, it's a run for Ingram.
16-yard line.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Receiver, the ball carrier.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run here with Ingram. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Tackle made by Devin Bush. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 4-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
The score, Steelers 7, Ravens nothing.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. And again, it's Ingram, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
No gain on the play.
So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Justin Tucker lining up for the
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Justin Tucker to kick.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
22 yards.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Running with Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
In the 46-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Back at the 24-yard line.
Play action. Now Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. They go screen. This is Ingram. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
Ravens 17.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
The Ravens take over. First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Again, they'll run with Ingram. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Ingram. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 40-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He bumped my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Ingram again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
On the play.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Justin
Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Makes the score Ravens 24. Steelers 7. Justin Tucker to kick
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Get off the field, defense. 40's the mark, 40's the mark. We hold this.
From the gun, Rodgers. Ebron caught left side. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard
gain of 6 there on first.
2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Here we go. Slam. 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers again now. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away. Incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Let's go. Hey, Mike 40.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Rodgers pass.
The scoreboard tells the story for him a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
58, boys. 58. Come on. 30. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Let's go, D.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Ingram. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carrier.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this. Mike 19. I'm coming after you.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ingram, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
The 33-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion. And that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Taken down.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
On third down, Mark Ingram. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Sam Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Johnson on the return. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10.
First and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Flushed out right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. On first down, Rodgers buying time to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Rodgers. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up.
Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now 1st and 25 after another penalty. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Complete.
He got 29 yards that time.
1st and goal at the 9.
Here's Rodgers operating from the gun toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Allen Robinson.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Check, check, he's coming, he's coming. From the right back. From the right back.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
On the keeper.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Down and goal at the 9-yard line.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Rodgers to throw once more. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
To number 12,
Allen Robinson.
Touchdown.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now.
Ravens 24.
So 2 scores down. 14. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
And this one recovered by the hand. And he lost the football. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
Boswell for the extra point.
The point after.
It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game.
Ravens 24, Steelers 21. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
.46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules remind us how this goes.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. Again, it's Kamara.
At the 19-yard line.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And the Steelers first down.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it, because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses, because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Third down, here's Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings him a 4th down. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal's from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one.